Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. This'll do. Sort of warm. Well, I think this is gonna be home for the night. I've been walking for like a bit over 2 hours. Hang on, let me check. 2:36. I've been taking it slow, just cruising. I was stopped and checked out a bunch of rock climbers, which was super sick. Yeah, so we're in the Blue Mountains. Found this sweet spot. It's pretty panoramic because in the past I've found spots that are really nice, but like, you know, you don't get the sunset or the sunrise. So this kind of faces east, south, and west, and then north is kind of So yeah, it's like only like lunchtime now, but that's exactly what I wanted. So all I want to do on this trip is just like get in early, not put in too many Ks, and just relax. We might go through some gear. I got a new pack. Realizing I should have bought a tent because I got my camo bivvy and it's just not going to pop against all this landscape, but that's right. We might do the tarp tent just so it looks cool. Yeah, I think we've nailed it. I'm going to do a tarp tent for no other reason other than it'll look cool. So I'm going to put it here. The ground sucks. It's like rocky and shit, but we make up for it with the view. So you might have noticed I got a new pack. This is the Tassie Devil Pathfinder Mark 2 or 3, I think it is. Yeah, it's a big pack. It's like, I think it's 80 litres. It's bigger than what most people would need, but I'm carrying a shitload of camera gear usually. I'm bringing more food than like a normal regular person would. And I just like to pack heavy anyway. But the main reason for this is I went to the snow on a trip a couple of weeks back and I was over it. Like, I could get everything in, but the time it took to like pack it and like, it was just sapping time out of the trip. Like every time I had to pack or get something out of the bag, because there was not like a square inch of volume left over, everything just had to be meticulously like Tetrised in, and it was just like costing time and it was pissing me off. So this is basically just a bigger version of the Tassie Tiger raid pack that I've got. It doesn't have the side pockets, which I actually like because I can put like fishing rods or tripod or just stuff up the side here, and it doesn't have that pocket getting in the way. And it's just bigger. So it's bigger, but it's got the same features that I know and like from the last pack. So I'm pretty excited about this thing. And I just thought on this trip I'll just load it up. So I just bought a load of stuff. I got heaps of food, heaps of beers. Yeah, it's got like this helmet compartment at the front here, which would be good for when I go to the snow or if I'm doing climbing. I want to get into hunting eventually, so I think this will serve me well there. My last one's probably like 5 years old now and it looks exactly the same as this. So I back the quality. They're on the heavier side, but like if you've seen me pack for camping before, you know that doesn't really bother me. And I was looking at a Fjord Raven one, which was like $900 and it was heavier. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm just excited to not have to Tetris every single time I pack. Okay, we're gonna roll for this whole thing. If I get it right, it'll make the video. If I don't, it won't. Alright, so what you want to do is peg out the two corners. So you go the loop in from the corner, the loop in from the corner, the loop in from the corner, the loop in from the corner. And that becomes the back. Alright, now for the mast bit. Need something soft to protect the top of the tarp from the stick. So I'm just going to use the tarp like holder thing. I'm going to use the larger end because it's less sharp. So I've got an elastic band in my pocket. How good is that? Alright, now this in theory should go into the second loop and I should be sort of a little bit okay. I think these bits are meant to go on the front. I'm really not qualified to be teaching any of this. Yeah, and then we toggle these out. Then we're on. Get orange rope and get bright tent stakes. It just saves you time. I'm gonna make some adjustments, but that's all right. That's a huge improvement from where I was last time. Not half bad. So a question I get asked a lot is how I keep my food like kind of fresh on the trail. And I haven't quite got it dialed, but I don't not have it dialed. So I've got this thing. This is like a wax. It's like a surfing thing to keep your wax cool, but it's like reflective. It's essentially a insulated lunchbox. I freeze my meat before I go, and so then that can stay fresh for like 2 days because it'll just cool down. So that's just kind of how I've done it. And then I just usually stash it like under a rock or somewhere that's in the shade, and I'm kind of constantly moving it as the sun moves. So I keep my like drinks and all my food in there just so they don't go dank. The frozen meat is a game changer. And if you want to like chuck like a kid's popper in there, like an orange juice or something, and you can freeze that, it kind of acts as an ice brick, and then you got a delicious bit of orange juice as well. For lunch, going core Australian. We've got jats, cube cheese, and cabanossi. If you're not Australian, just know that this is like a national treasure right here. Salty, fatty goodness. How funny is camping? Like, you eat stuff that you just wouldn't eat at home. Like, I'd never go near cabanossi at home. Never go near porridge at home. But then, like, simple pleasures when you're out here and you're hungry and like your body's craving like salt and fat and shit, you're burning calories. Jats, cabanossi and cheese, get around it.
Go fishing out Pickle Creek down, but I guess that's something you don't understand. It ain't no motor tailspin, it's just a mirage.
I don't know if you can see, but these dudes over there just have set up a rope swing off that point. So if you look in the bottom right third of the screen, you can see someone hanging from the rope off that overhang. So gnarly. Camping cocktails. I drove through Bilpin today on the way here, and I thought, F it, I'm gonna get some fresh apple juice and we're gonna do whiskey apples. That's what we're dealing with. I'm gonna do the sparkling first. For the whiskey, we just got Buffalo Trace again. Second time in a row. Oh my god! Try that again. I can't believe I just did that. Really, really good. fantastic. I might go over here and enjoy it near the view. Keeping the theme of the Blue Mountains, I bought this book called The Explorers. It's got this sick map at the front. Check this out. It's all like the expeditions that were done in the like in the colonial era. Parts of it are pretty problematic, like dealings with the Aboriginal people and stuff. But there's some good stories in here. There's these two quotes that are quite funny, which I've highlighted. This one's from 1794. So these dudes pushed 20 miles further into the mountains than anyone had before. They struggled over 20 mountain ridges only to see the same forbidding country stretching as far as the eye could see. So pretty much the same as this, right? Imagine getting down like a off cliff and then you just like, we got to do that perhaps forever. So they came back and said this was hacking. There is no hope of extending cultivation beyond the present settlements. Then another X amount of years went past. This dude, Governor King, had sent people out there and he conceded attempts at crossing the mountains would be as chimerical as useless. I don't know what chimerical means, but I know what useless means. I totally get it. I totally get it. How the f*** with primitive gear are you supposed to get across that? It's so cool. Like, I've been to you know, like Zion National Park. I've been to the Grand Canyon. This is up there, if not better. And those places are like Disneyland. You have to go through like airport security to get in, pay a huge fee, camp in like a car park. I'm just sitting here watching lords do rope swings. I missed it. Right in center of frame now, you'll see a dude swinging. Macho respecto. So my mate Eddie, who is one half of Hello Sport, I was talking to him the other day and he's like, mate, you need to like introduce yourself a bit more and tell people, you know, why you're doing what you're doing, why you do what you do. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I haven't really explained myself or introduced myself or any of that stuff yet. It's kind of an awkward thing to do, to be honest. I just like doing this. I always have. And I think the more like responsibilities I've gotten, the more of a grown-up I've had to become, the more stressful my work's gotten and everything. The more I've craved just like being on my own agenda and simplifying shit. And like, I'm a really social person, but every now and then you just want to get away from it all. That's why I do this. I was thinking about it on the way up here. I just want to establish like a good foundation of like outdoor skills. So like, I think I'm, to be honest with myself, like I'm not going to be like a master at anything, but I think I'm reasonably good at like being okay at everything. So like, this is a good avenue for me to do that, is just keep dipping my toes in different shit, like advancing my base level of stuff that I know. You know, fishing, is it rock climbing, you know, surfing, sailing, navigation, different styles of camping like bushcraft or snow camping, or like I don't think there'll be much car camping. I don't find that, like, I don't know why people would want to watch that. In terms of me, I grew up in Avalon, went to uni in Bathurst, have lived in Darlow, lived in Waverley, now back home living in Avalon with my young family. Work in an office. I'm not an adventure lord. I'm a white collar cog in the wheel. Working in an advertising agency in the creative department, which could be really fun. So I do a lot of beer advertising and stuff like that, hence my penchant for this stuff. but it can be really stressful, really stressful. So doing stuff like this is important. That was a long monologue. Alright, for dinner tonight, we're gonna do a stew in the billy can. Alright, I'm gonna run around and get some shots, and then we'll calm. We got the Guinness stew on, stewing away, fire going, sunset. What a hoot. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. The last bit of light is always a rush. I got dinner on. Think I'm getting some good shots. Warm beer in hand. Yeah. Camping cocktails, round 2. Try not to spill the whiskey. This time we just got the straight, non-fizzy stuff. Whiskey apple's a killer combo. Killer combo. How cool that cover is. 'Twas a marvellous success, for the members were distinguished by exclusiveness and dress. They had natty little ponies that were nice and smooth and sleek, for their cultivated owners only rode them once a week. I didn't do that justice, but good poem. It's like a hearty hug. So the Guinness acts as like a stock. Holy shit. I'm like quite impressed. You know, sometimes when you just like by no fault of your own or by no skill of your own, you just fucking nail it. That's what I've done.
All I am, where the hell am I supposed to go?
Oh, you thought I was in bed, did ya? That was lame. I was just thinking, because the kind of the purpose of this trip, to be fair, was to like come out here, do something that wasn't so ambitious, and just like chat, kind of tell people who I am, what I'm all about, what I want this channel to be, and I'm not really sure whether I've done that just yet. What I like about the backpacking one specifically is they feel approachable and accessible to like normal people. Cause like there's so many people and there's so many like hot couples and whatever on Instagram, and they're traveling around Australia, and that's all well and good, and to be perfectly fair, I'm jealous. I am. I wish I had a troopy and 6 months off work to travel around Australia, but like for me, that's not a reality, and I assume for a lot of people that's not a reality. So like, you know, what I liked about people like, you know, Zander Budnick or Scotty's Gone Walkabout is like, you know, they go off on these 2-night adventures, you know, just with the pack on their back. You know, they don't have a $100,000 rig. They just go out and cook some food and like, you know, challenge themselves. And like, for me, when I was watching them, I was like, that revs my engine, because I'm like, I can do that. I can fit that in around my schedule. I can fit that in around my life. It feels achievable. And that gets me going. I will say this. I want to document the trips that I go on. I don't want to go on trips to get content, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want every trip, every shot to be perfect and beautiful and all that. Like, obviously I want a little bit of that, but I want it to be like a honest representation of the trip, as opposed to like a content trip where everything is formulated and pre-planned and like not honest and authentic, because otherwise, like, what the fuck. Alright, I'm going to bed. Yeah, audio book it up, and then hopefully pass out.
Before he at last succeeded in getting his expedition in such a shape that he could strike for the Mississippi.
Yeah, Dog and Gun have sorted me out with some coffee, which is lovely. Part of the dog squad, which is cool. I'm happy to support them. They Australian company that, like, you know, support other people like me. They make stuff specific for this sort of shit. So like, everything's like packaged so that it fits in your pack and no rubbish, and it's not big and chunky. Coffee's good. I normally do cowboy coffee, and I quite like doing cowboy coffee, but those little parachute things are pretty handy. Just pour it over, you're good to go. Aside from the odd train on the horizon, it's proper untapped wilderness out here. So nice. I don't know how many like of the same shots of the same nice view I can get, and people still want to stick around, but it's nice. Did I seem sincere when I was doing the dog and gun thing? I am. It's always awkward. It's always awkward. I'll never accept free shit off people that I don't like. I'll accept it. I won't promote it. Send me free shit. Alright, it's 7 AM. I feel like I've been up for ages. I'm gonna cook up some breakfast and probably pack up camp, trudging out of here. Almost finished packing up, but I wanted to talk quickly about this little canvas tray that I had showed you yesterday. So that's how it just folds out flat when it's not being used. So clip up the corners, and then it becomes a tray, which I've found so useful. This is the first trip I've used it on, and just like when I was charging my batteries or chuck your sunnies in there or your AirPods, like just like a safe spot for everything. Works for me because, you know, I'm just running around doing 100 things an hour, so just to keep everything kind of safe and have like a zone where you kind of put everything. I love this thing. Oh, that's a wrap. That was a great little overnighter. Hopefully the video turns out, but for me personally, that was really nice. A bit of R&R, a bit slower pace than what I'm normally doing. Insane views. Insane views. Good feed, good food. Oh, I did want to say thanks to all the new subscribers. There's stacks more of you. So hopefully you're enjoying these videos and all that. Watch the old ones. And to the people that aren't, sort your shit out. Nah, but it's just nice. It's just nice to get like a little spike in subscribers every time I put out a video or get some comments and stuff. I put a lot of work into these things, and it's just a little dopamine hit when you hit live on the video. That's not why I do it, but just subscribe anyway. Alright, I'm gonna book it out of here. Hour walk back to the car, maybe more, and then 2-hour drive. So yeah, I'm gonna go home and see the fam. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers. Hopefully we can make that work.